Oh.
There we go. Because you won't be strong enough to do that. But it looks like Miss Piper? It's in the back of the van.
Good.
Alright, so my basic goal was to, based on what the piebald's doing, and I don't want to be over the airport for very long. Okay. So I'm thinking to get up and see if we can't get that eastbound wind. Okay. Get over the airport and start looking at options. Just to see where we're at when we get down there. We're a little bit south, so I don't want to go too far north. Springs Tower, this is Hot Air Balloon November 74008. 008, copy that. Third of 3 balloons, colors are orange and yellow today.
Yeah, he's had it for years, but Kent's balloon sure looks nice. It does.
What brand is that? That it stays so nice so long?
It's a head balloon.
Those are so shiny when they're in.
I don't think it's got very many hours on it, but oh, temperature 250?
Channel 3. Just the microphone button.
That looks like a pretty major construction site out there. I don't know what that is.
It does, and that's where
Oh, okay.
launched from the Green Park, I think.
Oh, yeah.
From east perspective.
What the fuck?
At the top.
Where's that box here?
It's kind of low, bro.
I have no idea.
And there's a similar one right here in Peterson.
Alright, now the conspiracy theories are coming out.
Exactly. They're not flashing this morning. They were all lit up this morning, though, weren't they? Didn't notice. Yeah, they had all the lights on.
Did
It's not every day, you know.
Starting to slow our western.
Yeah, I feel like we're sort of right at the boundary here. What do we got? 5 knots? Terry's coming up behind us.
Yeah, the really nice orange and yellow instrument thing you guys have made looks great for the 3040. It really swallows that. Just felt like I was like, oh, maybe that's just too much.
Yeah.
Think about maybe making a new one, but just, too. Oh, I could put two. No, it's right in the middle.
Yeah.
It's like maybe I'll put something else on it, put a lock head in here. It's right in the middle. Gotcha. So.
And so I have to protects the face of the instrument.
And so. Oh, you said 3 instead of 4. When I'm done with it, I do wrap this around it, but then I've been carrying it in the blue case.
Right. I think the box is pretty stable.
Yeah,
I think the
glass
screen is what I
probably,
worry about.
Headache was like, I see you've got that. He's like, okay. Probably right, but. Well, that's a big construction area too.
It is. This one is, that's the church and the college, the Nazarene College.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know that they own all that land, but I think they do. And they've built up these retaining walls. Those are new because it used to just slope off.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so they built the retaining walls. They've leveled it all, and I flew somebody from there years ago, and they had talked about the idea that they'd always wanted to build sort of apartments that they could use as dorms for their students.
Right.
That's a lot.
They have they were doing that like little Christmas drive-through. Is that this church here? Right. And you drive through it.
Make sure I can hear you.
I feel like it was on that.
Okay, I feel like we've turned.
Yes.
And Troy's coming out.
He's going faster.
Faster than us? Yeah.
I feel like it.
Yeah, I think he's accelerating on us, yeah.
This is 790 member Springs down 1303 runway 179, clear touching the East Caution. Winds will be approaching on 179.
So you just called him in the 179. It's just so unusual to hear that runway called in the morning. It always gets my attention. Yeah, we're rolling now. With us going opposite directions, it looks like he's really moving, doesn't it? How long would you anticipate that 120 ground wind to hang around.
Hopefully not very long.
Quite a bit of south, like trade zone kind of south. Yeah, and everyone's saying in terms of this ground wind will change because the cloud layer will prevent the heating, which that'll slow down the mixing for sure. But it started out pretty good. So, you know, it's hard to predict, but going the rest of it.
05 negative 8. They're gonna go.
Jerry, you know where we live? Pretty much right here.
So I'm a little bit curious that we're not seeing Dave in place. In this kind of a situation, I'm typically comfortable. Like something under over 200 feet a minute. Slow for him to notice and get out of the way. If he's The only downside of that strategy of working on this side of fuel, and then you're effectively down to 1 volt. Right? You don't lose any power because it's obviously a single burner, but you do lose some sense of an emergency, reliability, that kind of thing. Right? The other thing that you put at risk is let's say you're going in for a landing and you grab the wrong one and it's empty.
I have thought about that piece of it.
So what do you suggest better?
Thinking one thing at a time. 1, 2.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I would do.
It's an easy fix.
Yeah, I would think it would be rare for you to use all 4.
Right.
So I think that's fine.
Just slow down at 9,000.
Oh, it's slowed down here from what we had a few minutes ago. Helicopter thing makes me nervous. Adequately predict what the airplanes are doing.
Right.
I think that's the way they feel about the
Me being the only one in the basket.
Yeah.
At any altitude, just the extra weight.
It does cool fast. Yeah, we were just ahead of the turn. Glad we weren't trying to inflate 5 minutes later.
Right. At least on in case I grab it. I think so. Exclamation point.
More speed than these guys, is that?
Mine does to begin with. It does seem to be going away from us faster than the other ones are.
I feel like that too. different than what I'm used to seeing down there.
Would agree.
Is there an air show or something happening?
Not that I'm aware of.
Channel mode.
I'm supposed to be 3 and I'm on 4.
You want me to take that?
Yeah, absolutely. 05 November, the left down is better, so make a left turn. Join left down for 13. Alright, left turn, left down. 305 November.
Tequila Sunrise to Tequila Chaser. Can you copy me now?
Reach loud clear.
Perfect. Weird yesterday. We launched from Memorial and we ended up landing in the southern the south of the trade zone in the southern. It's beach though. Hours in Bradley there, and well, it's still back here. So Troy's like, well, I'm going to be out on 85, so 85, and did not end up there. Ended up nearly in the Glen. Right, and I feel like it's sped up since I first pointed it out. Sped up here. Strange in that it's slowed down, you know, as we approach 9,000.
But Terry was in a layer that was much faster.
Right, yeah.
Let's see sheer up here somewhere.
Feel that right there.
And you were climbing a little bit and noticed that you're out. I think you're not necessarily cold. I think we bumped up against the shear.
Oh, yeah.
Short, 17 right, Alpha 2, ready for takeoff. 120 runway 17 right at Alpha 2, clear for takeoff. Center, clear for takeoff, 17.
As we punched through that,
You
it
feel
did,
it?
just lifted.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that a weird sensation? And yet we haven't turned direction much, but it's certainly a temperature boundary. I can
Yeah.
feel that. Okay, the dave's inflated. Corey and Toucan are kind of hanging low there.
I see Corey up there,
Isn't it amazing how a bright blue and yellow balloon will
Extra
blend
7
in?
me, I turn right heading 260 and contact.
So it does seem like at the lower altitude there. Still getting here-ish. Nothing's fitting probably too far for me to see.
Yeah, but I think Corey is still headed towards the northwest. We're going to the northeast. What do we still have that? 107, yeah. So in this kind of a situation, I would be paying very close attention to see if the 320 ground wind starts to change. Because if it does change, and let's say the ground wind goes 090, that changes your landing profile quite a bit. And unfortunately, Murphy's Law says it changes it right at the end,
Right when I want it.
and strands you out in the middle of nowhere with low fuel.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that Colorado Springs really teaches you that doesn't happen everywhere else, is that sense of the wind changing an hour and a half after sunrise. So for me, I have found that it really encourages me to plan for two things. One, a couple of backup plans, but also sort of what I would call, you know, the old adage is sort of fly in the middle of the sky.
Right.
I fly in the middle of my landing
Yes.
zone, because when it changes, I don't want to be screwed at the end.
360 landing option.
Absolutely. Is that you have a 360 landing just about anywhere you are,
right.
especially east of Powers.
Sure.
Just we know that some of this stuff is inaccessible, so it's, you know,
Yep.
less attractive. But like from a safety standpoint, you can land on the base.
Right.
You can certainly land in that open area in
Right.
the base. And the gray building here is a PT. So they're pretty sensitive about that one.
Right.
That gray building and the little brown building that's just outside of the VX.
Go over the other day. And they're like,
Oh,
we don't want pictures.
Yeah, pretty close. I actually came and flew past the tower over the golf course. Over the numbers, and you can see where the old gate is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it's that rectangle
right.
that I landed
Right,
in.
MP was like, yeah, I need you to not have any pictures of this. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, and that path, nothing. At least nothing they've ever
Right.
told me about.
Right.
But like I say, those two sensitive spots, we weren't even near them. I think their sensitivity was the fact that I was so low for so long. Because
Sure.
that's the only way I
Alright,
So-
Terrace north there.
since I was so low for so long, they assumed I was doing something nefarious.
Right. Not hearing anything here.
That's what I found. Motivated me to go to Channel 4 was I was getting all that kind of static.
I see.
Now, this is an interesting flight that they've got here. Interesting in two senses. One, probably wouldn't have made that choice. But also, it is interesting. I mean, it's a fun flight to go to the city. But for me, I wouldn't have made that choice just because I feel like that's a much harder direction to seek landings.
They're coming back.
We're still going east. Terry looks like he's hauling, but it's probably just an illusion.
Right. I mean, we're going 10 knots.
Right.
But it does look like he's coming back across Marshall fairly quickly.
Yeah, and I don't see a lot of north to it. I think he's off the base enough that he'll be all right, but something for us to pay attention to. When he gets back off the middle.
Tower 2696 Charlie, runway 13 at Bravo. 0607, runway 26.
Oh, okay.
Clear for takeoff, runway 13 at Bravo.
So it just went from 120 to 060 at 7 in a pretty short period of time.
And yet,
Yeah, Terry might have a 060. Well, no. He looks more like he's still got the 120, doesn't he? We're turning a little lefter, which is nice.
if we're going to come back that much, I'd a little bit and get further.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that sort of because if we can keep getting north, then coming back gets you up north to the base. We know this field is good by Space Village. We know whatever demo area is fine. I think I told you when I went shopping for a basket, they had these rings. And I put, obviously had one on it, but the intention was to put one here, and then two on each side, just hanging jackets or whatever. Right. And no confusion which one to grab.
I've been confused by it now.
That happened to me in the 120 once on a windy landing. I reached up and grabbed the wrong one, and it only cost me half a second. But
Still.
it made my landing less delightful than I wanted. I'm not sure that our speed and direction is as dependent on altitude as it is sort of the whim of the gods today.
It does seem variable, doesn't it?
It does.
But the general idea of climbing up here and going this way has been there.
Yeah. Rook has dropped down. Let's see what he does. It'd be great if he had a shadow. He's been up about 45 minutes, so he could be looking at a landing. I was even thinking maybe in the space station. I can see where we can see more. That's the thing I'm watching for. I think we're feeling that turbulence that they talked about. Because you're holding a constant temperature, but we're fluctuating 100 feet a minute. And it's quickly, right? I mean, like, you could see both of us are looking at the instruments like, oh, something just happened.
Right.
Faster than we're cooling or warming, that's for sure. Do you know, do we have access south of Space Village in that open area?
I don't, sort of.
Okay.
It used to be that right here where the dirt road is,
Uh-huh.
get in there and then drive up in there.
Okay.
At one point I saw that was locked a year ago.
Dirt road into the abandoned lot is locked?
Well, it was, but then just the other day, somebody going in and out of it. Didn't look particularly locked, but
Does the gate into the house have
it had been locked. But, I mean, I have gone in there in the past, so
Right.
I think it's just hit or miss. You can go all the way out, all
Right.
the way out to the top of these bluffs. I've retrieved somebody that way. I think it was a long time ago. So I think it was Sean Wicks. Now that I think about it.
Okay. That is a long time
Yeah.
ago. So I feel like Troy has gone north because we. I don't know what he did to get north though, because we've been at the same level.
Right. Well, he actually climbs quite a bit. He was
Oh, did
down
he?
lower
Okay.
earlier.
So Brook looks to be moving pretty slow. I would say a little north of west, like maybe 290-ish, maybe.
I didn't realize I had my microphone on. Yeah, I'm about to land. just had to get this western wind so I can get into this field. As soon as I drop, it's going to go that way.
What I want.
Exactly, it's encouraging for us.
I'm literally in this area, trying to land in here.
I feel like Troy's coming back this way. Actually.
Yeah, I think he's descending, and I can't quite tell what direction he goes. I'm hoping to see a shadow.
There's a cemetery right there, apparently. I guess this is the extension of the cemetery that's not yet built. Alright. Where's my turn?
If we were what the right timing is, but then in theory there is that layer that's going to the west, and then if we get down to the ground and go north, we could be up there in the space of other two.
Nice star. No, we're going outside. We've been outside 3 times today.
Just to make sure that we don't get out of.
There's my shift in the winds.
What do you think is the right timing to do that?
I was kind of looking at that right now. Right now.
I feel like we should too. I agree. I think you're on the right track. The only hazard down below us is these power lines, and there's only one set right here.
I don't know why this car is driving in the fields and shit. But, alright.
Some of that west, it looks like.
Yeah. Rick is consistently moving north. So don't see Troy's shadow yet. I think he's got that little down. Take that. I would argue Brooke is now going almost deep.
Alright, there's the south wind. Alright.
Challenge is he's got a ways to go before he gets off the
The winds are very bearable. Power lines all over.
Not usually, and
Is it bad luck to land in a cemetery? Since the winds are so cushy on the ground, I go over these and land with all the cars driving in the fields. No idea what's going on there. Microsoft gave this one.
positioning and that's
I'm gonna land her here. I'm gonna go take
we
a
have to have a
smoke
little
break.
bit more noise.
Then I'll be back.
So it's beeping.
Oh, now we're getting a
Keep
whole
it simple.
southeast wind. Come on, man. Give me that.
I haven't gone above.
Thought we was going to that field over there where all the cars is.
Guess I have to go
Yeah, this is gonna be a neighborhood.
because the information came in the packet was just very basic stuff.
Yeah.
Into the quick stuff.
Come on, wind. I'm running out of fuel, bro.
Now you retrieve balloons on this side of the power line.
Yep.
But what about between your Royal and power line?
Yep.
Okay. Because I do see an entrance there.
Yep. There's a little land bridge.
This wind always does this
I'm
shit.
just
to me.
thinking I don't feel the rush, or maybe I'm just not patient enough. Let me get it. 230. 330 won't get us to that point.
Bruh. Get me from over the power lines, wind, every time. This shit does it to me every time. As soon as the power lines are building.
So from a
It's got me
fuel
on the
standpoint,
edge of everything we're trying to land.
if we drop down and we're sort of
Low
slow
numbers.
about it and we have to go all the way to the houses, do you have enough fuel to get there?
I do. I still have over 20 gallons.
Almost an hour.
Right. This is a point where I use a little bit of advice.
And I think the question in my mind is, are we aiming for this field or I would agree, especially with this right turn rate.
Yes, those cars are lost and so is Microsoft. Alright, so this is where I'm at. You got KGYR there. Where the hell did I take off at? Did I fly that far? Anyways, I'm over here. Right back. Literally out of fuel. Let's see how long it burns before it goes completely out.
I was thinking to myself, probably should have come down for those very quickly, but here we are. So 10 knots, I don't think I have enough space left to get this field.
says I'm going east, have no fuel left, and I'm still running fuel. Lord. No wind is probably like that, son. So I have no fuel. Unless I'm just getting residual.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Interesting.
That's what 24, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Alright, I'll be back in a minute, then.
As we climb up, we seem to get a little bit more left. Maybe it's my imagination.
Oh, I think you were right.
In terms of landing opportunities, obviously everything here is going good. Typically, this gate into the house is locked.
Yep.
And so if we're going to go up past where the power lines turn and up to 24, there is depending if it's really slow, there is some shoulders on 24 that are not bad. If you see that big brown building up north there, if you're that far to the west, then you can get access from Mark Sheffield. However, this sort of open space between 24 and Mark Sheffield is generally pretty difficult to access. So again, depending on sort of if we get a left turn and how fast we're moving, we could think sort of on the backside of that neighborhood or something like that. I'm going to watch and see what kind of turn Terry gets right on the ground here. I think the airport lied to us. There's no 080 down here. South?
Pretty slow, but it's a good direction.
Yes, yes. Get back to this area here. Yes, but I was thinking here. Do you see these power lines up in the middle? Do you see those?
Yes.
pull away from these islands until we're in that place line. Should turn before we get to those, but we'll be cautious. We don't have too far to track to get back to Island 4.
Alright, I'm back. I've got to.
We can't
Oh,
have to yet, so
oh, my daughter's on there.
slow down the freeway, so we must be right up on
Alright, let's see.
because the water treatment plant is tricky, but on the other side of the plant is an open field, and I've been in there a couple of times. Maybe that's where we know traffic is Greg and Terry, and they're not there, so we don't have to worry so much about traffic. What I'd like to do today is do the maneuver of we'll let the line, we'll sort of untie it, but we'll let it control us. And I'd like us to do it. So that's the sort of thing, an event where it's crowded like this, so that we're not steering into these.
Watching that firefighting river next.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Skippy's
film
doing
your part.
at least one landing for currency, right? I guess.
One right there.
Let's see, I think my time on my structure time right now, I had it at 5, but I'm sure it's a lot
If I had any
later than that
tip
now.
at all, it'd be to try and just keep, in general, try to keep more pressure on it. But you did great. It was mostly the wind.
Terry is right out here. I'm sorry, Greg is right out here over the airport.
Okay.
It's interesting. I didn't see that north in the Bible.
Well, remember I was telling you I thought it was coming back
You're
up?
right.
Yeah, I got live weather on. So I can see my cover.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the release.
Man, them cars are tripping right there. Good lord. So what do y'all do?
Useful instruction at this point is weight off, but hands on. And that way you've got all the lift, but they're going to walk with you. So weight off and hands on. As this goes, just walk out with us 6 or 8 feet.
When you go out, can you make sure there's nobody directly above me? Oh, he's got it right there. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty back and forth with the wind today, so we definitely might end up in different places landing wise.
A little bit of that pulse lift, that's okay. And hands off. Thank you guys. Well done. Tammy?
There's a strap right here.
Nicely done. Because that gets you out to the end of the balloon before you potentially
Sure.
going to turn or whatever, you know. So given what the red one is doing, I think that's Greg. I'd be inclined to just kind of keep cruising this way, watch. 10 pop up and see if we can get over to the Amazon building or something like that? How's that sound?
They're definitely
So
unpredictable.
see, now watch how Erin is going
But
to have to slide
the
out
higher I
between them.
go,
What
it
she'll
goes
do
more
is
west.
she has two
The lower I
options.
go,
She'll
it
either
goes
jump out,
southwest or south.
or she'll actually have a crew walk her and slide between.
Who is the special shape?
That is Toby
Oh,
Brown.
that's Toby. You talked about.
Well, come up from the south, go to north, so pretty much northwest and north. And then, wait, I'm so backwards right now, but that's west,
See, so you can see, she
south.
just, rather than taking the risk of sliding along the side of Kelly's property.
One, two, four, what do we have, 8? Oh, that's 9 for 9.
Some reason, I'm not able
Springs
to
Tower,
take
this is
pictures.
hot air balloon, November 74008.
Gotta fix that problem.
Yes, 4 of 9 balloons today. Our colors are orange and yellow.
I just caught a wind of 21 knots right now at 1465.
We appreciate how accommodating they are, but every now and then you kind of want to be careful.
Like, okay.
Yeah, we're definitely going to end up like different places.
That self-storage is looking nearly done, and
Yeah.
Now I'm down to southwest and west. 15 knots. Now I'm at west.
well, it's been a couple months since you've flown. How you feeling?
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been missing it so badly.
Do you feel like you're on your game? You're a little rusty? How does that feel to you?
I mean, you know, obviously I'm going to be a little rusty if I haven't been out and,
Man,
Few
this
weeks
woman ate
now.
all the crawfish,
but
man.
less
She's laying
rusty
down
than
my
I thought I
basket.
would be.
Good.
There was the last time that we had about a month, 3 to 4 weeks between our flights.
Right.
That time I felt more rusty.
Okay, and it's been almost 8 weeks now because it was March 20th or something.
Right, yeah, 21st, right. So, like I said, I was expecting to get in, you know, start getting into the groove and be, you know, more rusty, but I started looking at last night. It just started clicking, you know.
It really is the key and why we use a checklist. So even when you're rusty, you think, oh yeah, okay, I know how to do each of these things.
Right.
I posted a
And it
list
makes sure that in whatever
of the
sort
cities on a
anxiety
bunch
or,
of
I mean, we got 9
Microsoft
balloons
Flight
out, so
Simulator
whatever chaos is
places
there,
on
you're still
Facebook.
doing the
Like
thing.
3 days
So,
a
yeah,
piece,
yeah, on your
kind of
list.
go down the coast, go up the coast, come to Louisiana starting tomorrow, and then after the 3rd day we'll go to Mississippi, like Natchez, Mississippi, because they used to hold balloon rallies there. I actually flown from Natchez to Louisiana in a hot air
I
balloon.
got confused.
Then we'll go to Mobile, Alabama, then Orlando, Florida, Myrtle
trying to
Beach,
remember
South
which
Carolina,
one,
and then
right?
Chapel Hill, North
So I know
Carolina.
she did it right after.
Right.
Go all the way up to Maine, from all the way across.
All right, so just we have a little over 10 knots.
Yeah. Felt like we were moving.
Yeah. Now, what I anticipate, if this were a commercial ride, what I would anticipate is taking
Yeah, I've got a good
this route
westerly
gets us
wind.
more right of where we want to be in our landing spot, right?
Well, it's
However,
about
everything
2,000
up
feet.
higher is going
I'm going
lifter.
26
And so like
knots
Terry's
right
over
now.
that, let's call it the new red area.
Yeah.
Historical data tells us
Yeah,
that
I've
if
never
we
really
track
been to
down here
Maine.
and then
It'd be
take
nice to
that
go
left
fly
turn
up
that
there.
Skip has, At some
We
point,
might end up
then when we get in the lake,
doing
we'll
Louisiana,
probably
then
feel
we'll
like
do Maine,
if
then
we
we'll
were
come
coming
back
from this open space
down
down to the
and
lake,
then
it would
go up
feel
the
very
coast.
fast. Probably stop once we get to the water.
Right.
this wind, boy, turbulence. Hey, you still over there?
Radio 6 drive up to straight 51935.
Man,
So in this
I'm
kind of
rocking up
context,
here.
it's totally up to you whether you feel like you'd want to jump up to like where Aaron and Skip are and get left and then drop into the open space, or whether
I
you want
need
to
to get
ride
you on the
this and then
Discord.
do one shift.
To get up with them and over. Okay.
Insane up here, I'm going down. Good lord.
And in this balloon, I would characterize a 10 to 11 knot landing as a laydown wind. It's right on the edge, like you could stand it up for a little bit, but it'd be one of those bump and bump, and
Right.
couldn't quite get it heavy enough with just the two of us in here. And in my experience, from a safety and comfort perspective, committing to a laydown of 10 knots is actually an easy, smooth laydown, assuming a good approach and flare out and all that kind of thing. But whereas if you try to keep it up, you just sort of end up beating each other up by doing that. So like Greg is taking the approach of going to the other side of the airport, and now he's taking
Trying
the
to
south
recruit
track
more
towards the
balloonists
trace.
to come fly with us. Damn, I just got a downwind really bad. Thing pushed me down like crazy.
Activities in it before, but like I don't see any soccer goals or anything like that.
Throw out your passenger. There's a lot of downwind right now. I'm getting pushed a lot.
It is. Once if they're calming down, it may not. Interestingly, though, see the calm edge or the shiny edge. Typically, what that means is if it's coming off the land, it'll be shiny. And then in that direction. But I'm looking at the pattern of these very far side of the lake, and it looks like it's calm.
Jutting out too, though, that potentially slow down any southerly winds. But to make that behind the peninsula could be
But I don't see.
feel like it's coming from this way.
I agree. On the lake, the pattern is that way, and I don't see. So that tells me that this wind is coming off the hill strong enough, and that we're not getting that temperature inversion in the lake.
Tequila Sunrise, two tequila chasers. I hear you loud and clear.
That's crazy how we like took off from the same spot almost, and I'm way over here and you're way over there. I'm catching more of a southwest wind though. There ain't no place to land over here if I wanted to. Let's go harass the neighborhood.
They still. Yeah. It looks like they're making the foundation there for the other side.
Purchase records are not terribly clear. At a glance, I thought they had purchased further north. Like, I think that they had purchased the tree line.
I'm getting a lot of downloads. Don't worry, it hates me too. Trust me.
The dirt pile.
It always
road
like
on their
the
property,
Murphy Law.
'cause the line
man.
is somewhere right around.
Gets you right to where you need to land and hangs you just on the outside with low fuel and really no place to freaking land. It's like I said, flying a hot air balloon is so challenging because the winds are always changing. You really have no choice but to figure out
Clayton's
up,
presses
down, you know, where the winds are going, how fast. It ain't for the weak.
According to me.
Yeah, she didn't. I mean, she doesn't say "Oh my God" very often. For her to text that.
Yeah, exactly. There's always that sense of panic, right? Do we go? Do we not go?
Yeah, you get pushed down, I see. Holy crap. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
Especially with the expected wind turn. Picking it. Today's probably not a day to push it. Right?
About 9.
Me neither. No, I think this is great. I think he can drive.
In fact, apparently that's his new job.
Because he's not allowed on a ladder for a while.
They do a couple of things. They have
I mean, there's literally hardly any places to even drop down if I need to. But should have done more planning.
a container.
I just like to
garbage
wing it,
bin
though.
Container business.
Okay.
They use it themselves.
Definitely
for
separated.
carrying out all the junk.
That's crazy how like
Just for like if you want to get a one of
the
those
different
dumpsters put in front of your house.
variety of the wind,
They
the
do that
direction,
as
and
well,
speed.
Sort of the roll off.
He's been driving those around.
Oh, okay.
And then they have a soap business too.
Oh, okay.
So he's been taking care of those two things,
Nice.
which allows him to
See a little field over here.
stay off his knee. They had another guy that they were do all that. Long story short, that guy didn't work out, so Travis is taking over the job.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nice to have something that's not as demanding, you know, not as physically demanding
Right.
for a little bit.
Yes. I think that he's going to be
It's like as soon as you jump up to like 1,700 feet, the wind just starts taking off. You go up a couple hundred feet and it just dies off and it starts percolating. Random road, huh? Yeah, these winds are definitely bipolar right now. I see why I'm burning a lot of fuel.
By looking at the water.
So you're just now getting to the spot where the residents at, watching the balloons pass by.
Because if you,
That's how far apart we are. I'm gonna try to knock it down in this field right here for a moment. Trying to get
So,
you
I
to
mean,
catch up.
it's with touching the ground. You know, it'll grab you for sure. But like you say, at least we can aim for the lake and go over it. And if for some reason I'm reading the water,
Just pull me over this way. Pull me over. Pull me over. There are power lines around here.
So at what point, how do you know when to start your descent if you're going
Oh, where'd you go?
Jumping by.
Oh, finally passes up.
She had a little bit of a right turn there. And kind of know that at least in this area, this left of the housing has a bit of a valley there that if you get down in there, it can suck you toward it.
And I missed the field.
Bit of a right. I was going
The
to
sun's starting to get low.
try and get over the halfway point left, then drop down and let it bring us back that way. And be on this side
You'd
of.
rather be too far left.
Yes.
Okay. You can see where this road comes down, and then on the right side of that road there's this ridge here. And in my experience, if you come down on this side of the ridge, you'll get that right side of the road. Whereas if you get right on the ridge, just to the other side of the ridge, sort of parallel to the road. And in fact, we're right at that boundary layer now. You can Okay, looks like Greg landed in the trade zone launch site.
Yeah.
Can't tell whether Terry's looking for the same thing or if he's going to stay longer. It looks to me like he's going to work a little longer.
There's really not many places to land out here.
Can't tell if those are kayakers out of just past the dirt.
Yeah, I see what you're seeing. I don't think it's kayaks. It doesn't look that big to me. I wonder. I don't know. I'm looking at this flag down here, and it still looks pretty breezy. So my guess is when you drop down in here, we'll kind of cruise that direction. You can see the streaks on the lake. That gives you an indication of what direction the wind is going on the lake.
I mean, these winds right now are insane.
Like it's calmed
We're gonna be
down
dragging.
since
We gotta
we
find a
first
good place to
started
land,
I think it has a little
or
bit.
we're gonna be sued by either a homeowner or. Oh, there's a little school right there. Hold on.
Jude.
I don't see no field though. Oh, I just missed it. Alright, what's next? What's next is good luck. There's that gust again. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm just pulling further and further away. Alright, got power line down here.
Okay.
Um,
This is count for it.
Yes.
yeah. Alright, I'm on 46% fuel left. I mean, if the winds keep blowing the way they are, we should get out of this in no
If you
time.
go faster layer like this, you'll get a little bit of a false heavy. So it'll kind of pull you down as you go through the boundary layer, and then it'll stabilize. Sit exactly where the false dip. Okay, we clear the top. Okay, and Greg or Terry has landed out there in the field there. Skip is doing the same kind of track. So did you feel how it felt like, oh man, we're descending quickly, and now we've sort of stabilized, right? And we're going to have another rhythm of that. We might. I don't know. I'm 50-50 because as we descend, we'll get a little bit of a right turn. The question is just how much and how early, you know.
So what time do you usually
Luckily, the only
normally
obstacles
play
out
at? Like,
here
what is your
are
high point
fences,
times?
You know, nothing real
Right.
tall. So assuming that we track down here, do you want to land out there on the lake, or do you want to continue going south? What are your thoughts about that timing?
Well, I figured with our speeds today, if we can get in.
Oh, right on. I usually fly, so I take my girl to work
And just call it quits there.
at like usually 8 a.m. Central
Yeah,
Standard
just
Time.
'cause
So I
it's
get on about
easier.
8:30ish and fly for an hour. Kind of helps.
I am a huge
calms
fan
me
of
before I
having
go
a short
do my
delightful
day.
flight instead of a long shitty one.
And then usually I get on about
You know,
8:30, 9
I've been
o'clock
in those
during the
situations
weeknight.
where,
So,
I think I'll go that second
but morning
leg or
times
that
always.
second hop, or I'll go to
It's
that next run.
it helps me
Right, and then I get into this,
have a calmer day.
My dad and I were having that conversation as we were preparing for the safety seminar, and it's that second hop, it's the second leg that gets you.
Right.
And it's not to say that hops are always bad,
Sure.
but it's just
Yeah,
that
back in
why
that
push it,
westerly
you know?
wind again, ain't nothing down here.
It's kind of the old adage of rather be on the ground, but you're gonna be on the water.
sun is going down. Yeah, I put the cities on all those pages. So, I mean, people see them, but that'll give them an idea of where we're at. You know? It'd be cool to have, like, a couple of dozen hot air balloons just floating while other swimmers are like, what? What's going on? Cool. You were 6.1 nautical miles away, now you're 0.83. Well, you know, 0.61, now you're 0.83.
Was the right thing to
That's
do.
crazy. The sun is going down, down, down.
But as soon as you smell that temperature change, you gotta anticipate. It will slightly different. It's no subtle thing. It's like
It was crazy when I flew the inaugural first ever hot air balloon thing with the Microsoft people. They're gonna do it again this October when Albuquerque does this thing. But man, over 100 balloons, I was like, holy crap.
This is an awesome track, and we know that's a wide open landing.
It was so cool though.
Oh, look at this whole herd.
Yeah.
Wow. If I were Aaron, I would
Man,
be
this
dropping
is
in right behind
the
this.
biggest suburban neighborhood I've ever seen in my entire life. Good God.
Love that wind in your face. So encouraging, isn't it?
The lights are starting to come on in the city down there.
Pick it up.
We got a football stadium over there. You remember? The big old field there. I don't know if I can get to that or not. Oh, look, you're just passing over now, huh? Wow. Well, you're on a good path there now. Okay, now I have a northwest wind.
So this is about the time
What
that you
the
want
F?
to remind your passengers of your landing sequence.
He
That's
says
when
never
you know
ending.
when to start your descent.
I literally got a northwest wind out of nowhere that halted me. Now it's back west. Oh, bipolar ass.
Judging by, you had a little bit of a right turn there.
Oh, we got an airliner. His name is Maddie.
Just left the housing. Bit of a valley there, but you're down in there, it can suck you.
Yeah, I know. I'm not used to seeing hot air balloons flying together. I get it. Curious people.
Try and get
There's another one around here somewhere.
point left, then drop down and let it back that way. Then if I do miss, I'd rather miss and be on this.
Okay, so I see some places that like,
You can can see where this road comes down, and then on the right side of that road, there's this ridge here.
Oh, you caught some turbulence.
My experience, if you come down on this side of the ridge, you'll get that right turn and go sort of towards the school. Whereas if we get right on the ridge, the other side of the ridge, sort of in parallel with the road.
Yeah,
In
they're
fact, we're
taking
right
pictures.
at that boundary layer now.
Look, go look at the hot air balloon. Yeah. We the best pilots. Not
Okay,
everybody can
looks
fly a
like,
hot air balloon. Anybody
Greg
can fly an
landed
airplane.
in the trade
Top.
zone launch site.
Yeah.
Can't tell whether Terry's
Back in the crazy winds again.
I mean, like he's gonna work a little longer.
Lord have mercy. I am rocking like a rocking machine. Matey.
Can't tell if those are
Yeah, these winds are crazy, bro.
dirt that we went over the time that we did make it in there.
Got my chase crew on the ground.
See what you're seeing. I don't think it's kayaks. It doesn't look that big to me. I wonder. I don't know.
Alright, I gotta find a place to land. There's a lot of power lines right here too. Winds, what are we doing?
I'm looking at this flag down here, and it still looks pretty breezy. So my guess
Yeah,
is
see
once
that.
once we drop down in here, we'll kind of cruise that direction. You can see the streaks.
I got
on the
hit with a
right.
northwest
It gives you
wind
an
that
indication
halted
of
the
what
hell out of
direction the
me, and
wind is
then
going on the
it's
lake.
doing whatever it's doing now.
I feel like it's calmed down since we first started looking at it.
Like,
think
I don't
it
know
has
what
a
your
little bit.
screen looks like with the weather and all that, but mine's fixing to be dark here in the next 15 minutes. I definitely got to get down. But there's no fucking place.
Patience is the
Scratched
virtue.
up my whisker back. That's a parking lot full of. This is you said random road, it might be just a random house. Because this is like the only thing I can see that's even possibly a chance to land at. And of course I'm getting some other whole different wind push. Yeah, you can turn the light on me. Not what I wanted to do.
Yes.
We're gonna see if we can make it. Probably not. And I'm getting a whole western wind. 27% on fuel.
As you transition into a faster layer like this, you'll get a little bit of a false heavy. So it'll kind of pull you as you go through the boundary layer, and then it'll stabilize. Clear the tower.
If I can trust the wind on the ground from not gusting, I'd probably land in like one of these little parking lots.
Greg, or Terry's gonna get out there.
Might
in the
not have
field
no
here.
choice.
Skip is doing the same kind of track.
I have literally slowed down
Feel
though.
how it felt like, oh man, we're descending quickly,
Yes.
and now we've sort of stabilized,
Right.
right? And we're going to have another rhythm of that because right on this cusp of hill is going to be more
And
breeze.
then I'm getting another wind. Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. You're going down, son. No.
We might. I don't know. I'm 50-50 because as we descend, we'll get a little bit of a right turn. The question is just how much.
There's
and-
power lines. Go up. Power lines. Power lines.
Luckily, the only obstacles out here are, nothing real bright.
We'll have to turn my weather back to the time.
And assuming that we track down here, do you want to land out there on the lake, or do you want to continue going south? What are your thoughts about that timing?
Well, I figured with our speeds today, if we can get in,
Oh yeah, we're definitely.
Just call it quits there. Okay.
You're definitely.
yeah.
Are you
it's
trying to
supposed
land?
get breezier.
Why push it, right?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, obviously you're trying to find a place
I
to
am
land.
a huge
but-
fan of having a short, delightful flight instead of a long, shitty one. You know, and I've been in those situations where, no, I think I'll go that second leg or that
Right.
second hop, or I'll go to
Don't
that
get
next.
me wrong, I want to fly.
Right, and then I get into my dad and I were having that conversation as we were preparing for the safety seminar, and it's that.
See,
it's
you're
that
going
second hop, it's the
southwest,
second
I'm
leg
going
that gets
west.
you.
Right.
And
That's
it's
crazy.
not to say that hops are always bad,
Sure.
but it's just that why push it, you know?
I see you going for that field.
It's kind of the old adage of rather be on the ground, but
Yeah.
You're just gonna miss it.
Initiated my down.
Just miss the field.
you're gonna be on the water.
Nope. Let's go up. Up. Well, you flying close. Go by. Go up.
So that last burn was the right.
Oh,
thing
look,
to
you found
do
your spot. Look
in
at
that
you.
Temperature. But now that we're getting into the cooler area, you felt like how we bumped up just a little bit.
Very nice.
So subtle, isn't it? As soon as you smell a temperature change,
You better get
gotta
down fast
anticipate.
though, because them winds are pushing. They
We're all
are.
5 feet different, but it's those subtle things that it's like it makes the difference between winning first place and waving at the target.
I wanted to miss left if I missed.
I think this is.
Oh, that's
an
crazy
awful
looking
pattern.
over
You know
here.
That's a wide open. field.
Eh. I still have nothing.
Oh, look at this whole
Oh,
herd.
yeah.
Yeah, once I land, I'm gonna get off
Oh,
here and
Aaron, I would be dropping in right behind us. If we
maybe be on later on the night. Not too sure. Oh, I know. I think I got this. I just
Oh,
the
that wind in your face. So encouraging.
if I can continue my path, there's a football field and 2 baseball places, and then maybe a shelter. Don't want to go too high because I'm gonna hit that west wind. It's gonna screw me up. Now I'm going south. Okay, cool. What they need to do is they need to put turning vents on these balloons because they come equipped with them now. So it's gonna have to be the football field more than likely. Watch this son of a bitch put me between the football field and the damn baseball stadium.
So this is about the time that you want to remove.
I'm gonna take off for a little while. Go and hang out with my kid because she's been on the phone with her friend for a while. But about 10 o'clock my time, I'll kind of probably get back on.
Okay, I'm ready.
Depends. Yeah, tell your chase crew to come over here.
Oh man, that was good.
This is where I'm planning on going, right here. We shall see. I think you're.
I was wondering if we were going.
No wind. Don't start doing that stupid shit.
It's amazing how much the temperature changes with the water and the performance is so much stronger.
Bro, is my internet glitching? 'Cause I'm watching my feed and it's frozen.
I'm thinking about, let's just see exactly where we are in time. I'm
You see what this wind doing, huh? This thing pushing me. I was right on target for that damn field. Here we go with all this nonsense. Still waiting. So let me ask you: is my stuff like glitching
There's Travis
right now? Like it says it's like freezing and shit.
As we get, you can sort of see the dark line.
Yeah.
That's the edge of the lake, and remember
Bruh,
there's a
that's so
fence
annoying.
above it. And so we'll have to, if we keep this track, cross the,
Bruh.
we'll call it the bank, and then we'll keep going to the fence, and then we can dump it there.
What is going on with this thing?
Let's go to Sunrise Field Chaser. Go ahead and come on in the reservoir.
Copy that.